Morning. Is this playing? I can't tell. It is. Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna try to do another little video on building stuff. I'm gonna be doing some repairs and trying not to drop the phone, as I increasingly seem to sound like Sean Connery, as my nasal problem seems to work on things. I got my little anvil here made out of railroad rail. I'm going to be fixing a couple things I blew out at the first rattan practice I've done in over a year due to reasons. If you want to get into that more, hit me up sometime. But we don't need to go into that here right this minute. So, I got a strap that blew out on my elbow, which I have to replace. And I need to get some more lights on, because it's dark in here. Even though it's daytime, get a little more light. Always need a properly lit area. So this particular elbow is from Darkwood Armory. You can get something similar from me, made by Lord of Battles, but it will not be spring steel. It will be mild, and for most guys, for most situations, especially if you're doing rattan or LARP, that's fine. It's going to hold up perfectly good. For most people who have a good time, you know, fight a couple times a year, maybe once or twice a month. We're going to get a saddle rivet. And we're going to pop it through the strap. The strap is fine. The rivet just collapsed and came out, which is weird because it was washered on the other side. Very nice washer too. And will that fit through the hole? That is too big for the hole. So, giggity. We're going to fix it a little bit easier. And I'm going to keep this nice, beautiful elbow where you can see it. I'm going to try. But the stuff breaks all the time. The van brace is also Darkwood Armory's work. I have several of their swords. Probably going to be switching over to some other kit bits as this stuff wears out. Because it all wears out. It all breaks. It all fails. It's all disposable. And we're not. People aren't. But every time my armor breaks, we're going to philosophize now, children. Every time my armor breaks, I'm going to take this little saddle, this little furniture nail, and I'm going to put it in this little Whitney Jr., and I'm going to pop the center out. I learned this from Aaron Toman, the Count Valerius. Master armor extraordinaire. It makes a little rosette looking washer. Take that, put that down. We're going to get us a simple little brass rivet. And we're going to get us a cute little stainless steel washer that I hope isn't too big, as I'm off camera. Is that too big? It's close enough. Oh, is that a smaller one? We're going to go with a smaller one. I'd rather use a smaller one. Yeah, that's just the right size. So many jokes could be made there. But all this stuff falls apart. It all breaks. It all fails. All of it. All of it. Well, then why do we bother? It's all going to fall apart. It's all going to go away. Just like everything else. So I get reminded of the old George C. Scott movie, Patton. And at the end of it, and this is the first place I ever heard this, talks about how when conquerors would come back into Rome, they would have a slave stand behind them holding a golden crown. And in their ear, the slave would whisper, "Sic transit gloriam." All glory is fleeting. What the hell does that mean? I don't know, I'm just a dumb ex-cop. But to me, it is keenly reminding me the other Roman phrase, thou art mortal. So no matter what you've achieved, no matter how good you've gotten, it will fade and it will break. So you either maintain it and you keep it up, and this goes especially with martial prowess, practice. You will lose it if you don't maintain it. Shooting, perishable skill. I shoot a couple times a week, but that's my job. And anything martial arts related, boxing, karate, judo, you better maintain it or it's going to go away. And you better not lose your ball peen hammer because you can't find it when you need it. And you also need to remind your wife that you're going to record, or she'll yell that you got a few minutes to go pick up the baby while you're trying to peen a rivet. Which I don't think I can. I think I'm going to have to flip this, which is fine. It works either way. But it comes down to, in my opinion, the chivalric virtue of humility. You will not always be the best on the field. I got skunked at practice. Yeah, I'm out of practice. I'm especially out of rattan practice. Nothing fit right. And a couple things fell apart, and I was taped together. And in all honesty, I was not on my game for other reasons. I mostly was worried I was going to screw up. But again, all glory is fleeting. So maintain that prowess as much as you can. Because let me tell you, as I head into my 5th decade, every time I start over, it's harder. Every time I got to learn how to do this again or get back into practice, I bang my head on the cabinet and it gets harder. Some of you old guys are out there going, 50 ain't old. It ain't always the years. Sometimes it's the mileage. Sometimes it's both. And sometimes it's not being able to find the right tool. And I need a ball peen for this, and I don't have one on me. So this is ultimately what it's going to look like. It'll be a nice little rosette rivet looking, because I don't actually have rosette rivets. And it'll look really nice once it's on. So that's a little quick armor repair here in the shop. And a little bit of philosophy. Maintain your humility. Because just because you're top dog now doesn't mean you're going to stay there. Maintain that prowess if you want to stay there a little bit longer. Maintain your kit so you don't get too hurt to maintain the other two. And if you're looking for armor, arms, gambesons, or good stuff from Lord of Battles, check out revivalmilitaria.us. Sic transit Gloria.